Welcome to another episode of Freedom on Fire. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Donald Trump's put his full support for Roy Moore. He put his grandma drawers, his hat, his kitchen sink, everything in support of Roy Moore, which is a good thing, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, so this is from the New York Times, not the New York Times, but this is from CNN Politics. And let me get into it right now. Talk to you a little bit about that. President Donald Trump fully endorsed Alabama GOP Senate candidate Roy Moore on Twitter Monday morning. Trump had hesitated to throw his full support behind the embattled Republican candidate in the wake of explosive accusations against him. His tweet Monday comes as recent polls show a close race. Democrats refuse to give even one vote for a massive tax cut, and that is why we need Republican Roy Moore to win in Alabama. We need his vote on stopping crime, illegal immigration, the border wall, the military, pro-life, the VA, judges' Second Amendment, and more. No to Jones, A. Pelosi, Schumer puppet. So he's saying no to Jones, A. Schumer puppet, and Pelosi puppet. The president went on to rail against Moore's Democratic opponent in the race, Doug Jones. Putting Pelosi and Schumer, liberal puppet Jones, into office in Alabama would hurt our great Republican agenda of low on taxes, tough on crime, strong on military and border, and so much more, Trump tweeted. Moore expressed gratitude for Trump public support, which comes 8 days before the special election. Thankful for President Trump's support, the American First agenda will be MAGA. Can't wait to help him drain the swamp. Allison. Hashtag Allison, he tweeted. Last month, the Washington Post published a bombshell report on allegations based on interviews with more than 30 people. Like I said, all of them not lying, but all of them not telling the truth. One woman alleged that she was 14 years old when Moore initiated sexual contact with her. The legal age of consent in Alabama is 16. After the report, another woman came forward to accuse Moore of sexual assaulting her when she was 16. Moore vehemently denies the allegations. In the initial aftermath of the report, Trump remained mum in public, and his staff suggested the president did not support Moore because he was not campaigning in Alabama. But last week, the White House announced that Trump will hold an event in Pensacola, Florida, just 25 miles from the Alabama border, later this week, late last month. He all but endorsed Moore. He denies it. This is Trump saying he denies it. Look, he denies it, Trump said of Moore. If you look at all the things that have happened over the last 40 hours, he totally denies it. He said it didn't happen, and look, you have to look at him also. I don't know what that meant, but it sounds stupid. Mark Short, the White House Director of Legislation Affairs, said in an interview Monday on CNN New Day that Trump has been clear about his concerns with Moore, but that securing another Republican vote for a potential tax reform bill is a factor to consider. Trump is making the point that in one of our best opportunities for significant tax release, we couldn't muster any support for Democrats, he said. Short also cast doubt on the allegation of sexual abuse made by Moore. He said Trump felt that when allegations arise 38 years later, when Roy Moore has been a very public figure for those 38 years, he's run multiple times statewide in Alabama. The people of Alabama have an opportunity to choose and make a decision about Roy Moore's character. That there are certain questions that come about the time of these allegations. Now, putting all of that together, Short continued, Trump is encouraging people of Alabama to make the right decisions and also acknowledge that there was not a single Democrat in the United States to support a massive tax relief for the American people, and that would put Democratic candidate Doug Jones in a very difficult position. Moore has faced several critics within his party in the Senate, but as his campaign has endured the allegations, some have softened their stance. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, for instance, told reporters in November that he believed the woman who accused Moore of sexual harassment and urged him to withdraw from the race. But on Sunday, he said the people of Alabama should make that call on Moore. All right, so I'm done with this article. First of all, Trump, Turtle Man, all these guys are just a bunch of punks, man. You were standoffish against the dude when you find out he had allegation. I guess so, Trump, because you have to be even double standoff because you got your own allegations from minors all the way on up. Now, I don't know if Roy Moore's case is true or not. I don't know if your case is true or not, but I don't know. It could be. I don't know. But the point is, it's mighty funny, and I kind of agree with him on this, how these accusations come up 30, 40 years later instead of at that time. But let me tell you one of the reasons why it takes so long for these accusations to come up. Because people fear their life, number one. They may fear their careers. They may feel harassment from their family. And to come out now when you got an aggressive base of Donald Trump that will call you in a minute and threaten you. I mean, it's no different from the aggressive base in the Democratic Party that will call and threaten you. Ask Susan Sarandon. Okay? But the bottom line is this. The only reason these punks are supporting Roy Moore is because they need a vote. They're trying to support him to secure his position because they believe Roy Moore is going to be a vote in their category, which will be a vote in his category, in Trump's category. Roy Moore is attached to Trump. Roy Moore is attached to Trump. Now, let's say the rape allegations and the sexual allegations are all true. Because Trump got his own issues, too. Matter of fact, before, I'm going to show you a videotape where I got Trump in the act harassing the elderly lady, putting his face all in her chest and everything. That's coming shortly. But the bottom line is, if these accusations are true, Trump is in full support of a potential, read my lips, a potential child rapist, a molester, a pedophile, a potential. I'm not saying he is, but he is supporting, throwing his support behind that guy. Now, I understand he's a Christian. And in the Christian faith, you ask God to forgive you of your sins, and they're totally wiped away. And it's as if you sin no more, you become a new creature. Old things pass away, everything is new. But that is not the case in America. That is not the case in the court of law. That is not the case in the court of public opinion. Now, I know Roy Moore is going to say, well, I trust my God. Hallelujah. Over the opinions of men and the opinions of the court. That ain't going to work out. These people are going to go out and vote for you. And they're going to look at this situation that you are alleged to have had relationships with over 30 women, a few of them minors. That you use your political position and your aggressiveness to dominate women into doing sexual favors for you. I am not a fan of a man using his power over a woman. I despise that. I mean, the thing, look, if you're interested in a young lady, meet for coffee somewhere, like I've mentioned, and you know, preferably nobody on the job. Try not to make it on the job, but hey, it's not illegal to date somebody on your job. You just need to keep that stuff home, you know, outside the job. Don't bring that drama to the job. So nothing wrong. You see a nice young lady that's on your job, you think she's cute, and you ask her out after you clock out. After you walked off the premise, say, hey, would like to get drinks. And then things happen, blah, blah, blah. But to be doing this stuff in your position as a boss, dominating, I mean, people want to keep their job. You put people in an uncomfortable position. Now, like I said, if Roy Moore did do this, then Democrats, you got a chance to use this as a tool to get at Trump and a whole bunch of other people. You cannot support Al Franklin, even though Al Franklin didn't really molested, sexually assault somebody. He doing something stupid, playing games. Well, I guess you can say that it was unwanted sexual favors and playing jokes. And you can't play like that. But his case is the same as Roy Moore, but not as deep. Because Roy Moore got 30 accusers. Now, what the Democratic Party got to do is they got to distance themselves away from who are involved in those things, have been convicted of those things that's running for office. So what you got to do is you got to take this golden ticket and use it for your advantage in the midterms. Donald Trump supported potential rapist, potential molester, potential pedophile, Roy Moore. Mitch McConnell did that. The problem with our government is we got people who think this is okay, who's trying to help people get into office to legislate. So I don't know if you got to run a commercial within the next few days, but you better use that. If you don't and we lose this seat, it's because of you. Now, I shouldn't be giving you any advice anyway because I'm not Democratic. But you need to take these things, Mitch McConnell, Donald Trump, and anybody else who's throwing their support by Roy Moore, and you need to run one of those swift boat types ad. You need to run one of those them ads that the caucus ad. You need to run something like that, and you need to run it today. It's all right because, Trump is that type of person. He's been on Jeff Epstein plane just as much as Bill Clinton. They are these type of people, just weird, could care less about people. All they want to do is satisfy and gratify their pocket and their sexual vices. All right, I'm Bob TV, Freedom on Fire. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Hey, this is your boy Bob TV with Freedom on Fire and Rob Report. I want to thank you for watching the webcast. Make sure you share these segments all across your social media network. Like and share, subscribe, and maybe invite a couple other people to do the same thing. You make the difference. I also want to thank you for those who support this channel through Patreon, whether it's 50 cents to $50 million. It goes right back into what we do here. So like the lights that you're looking at right now, that's because of something that you did. So I really appreciate it. I want to thank my man Vegimatic for the Blue Yeti mic, one of the top microphones out right now. He knew I needed the mic, so he blessed me with it. So all of you guys make the difference into this channel growing, and I really want to appreciate you for that. Also, by all means, again, continue to share your comments at the bottom of each video. Just don't get so visceral to the people who may disagree with me or may disagree with you. This calling out name stuff, that's not for this channel. So please try not to call people names, personal names. Now you can call some of the stuff they talk about crap. I say that, but just don't attack people personally. Words really hurt when you start attacking people personally because these people really believe these things, and you're not gonna take away their belief by calling them names. So please don't do that on this channel. But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. We're shooting for 2,000 now, so I need your help. So as my pastor would say, reach one, teach one. Let's reach out. You got the information. Make sure you share with other people and try to get them to subscribe to the channel so we can grow and expand. I'm Bob TV, Freedom on Fire, Rob Report. Peace.